Hey everyone, it's Chris coming to you from Springs Law Group. And today I wanted to talk about setting clear communication expectations with your lawyer and the law firm as a whole when you hire them. I think it's vitally important that right at the get go, honestly, from the initial consultation all the way through the entire case, that you set how and when you like to be communicated with. It's important because I think many of us out there can say that we are great communicators, and then maybe don't meet your standard, and then at that point you're kind of too far into the case where you feel like kind of just stuck with these guys, but they're not returning my calls. They're waiting a week or two to return my emails. They're just not responding to any text messages that I send or things like that. So have a frank and honest discussion with your lawyer about what is your communication policy, what is the best way for me to get a hold of you, and here's how I like to be gotten a hold of. So here's how I like to be communicated with. And it's important then because then you're setting a standard right at the very beginning so that you then can hold the attorney and the whole law firm to that standard, saying, hey, you said that when I sent an email, for example, it would be responded to within 24 hours. And but I've sent a couple and I didn't get a response for like a full week. So what is that? Like, why is there a differentiation here? So you have to set that standard and hold the whole team, the attorney, the paralegals, the legal assistant, the receptionist at the front, hold them accountable to that so that you don't feel like you're somebody too that's just being passed off, or that's just another number or a client, in that sense. And so that you're actually a client with value that, you're saying, look, here's what's worked best for me. Works best for me if we have a phone call, appointment, or a Zoom meeting, or text messages, or I'm somebody that prefers an in-person meeting, or I'm okay just talking to the majority of the time, just talking to the paralegal only, because I don't need to talk to the attorney every single second of the time. But then on the big important issues, if I can just get a small block of time with the attorney and things like that. So set those expectations for yourself. And then also know what expectation you're setting with the attorney and the law firm. And then at that point, you can hold them accountable. Do it, because the reason is that you're paying very good money for services from the attorney, and have a high expectation for that. Oftentimes I'll get people that'll just say, I'm kind of just stuck with them at this point. I'm just resigned to the fact that this is what I'm going to get is, mediocre customer service, not great communication, and just going to feel like my experience with my attorney was just kind of so-so. Well, you don't want that. You want better than that. It's one thing we strive to do at Springs Law Group is to provide that. But I also, even today during a consultation, was talking to some people, and I'm like, look, if we're at a spot where we're not meeting what we said, I, as the owner, want to be the first one to know about that. I want you to tell me, hey, you said you were going to do this, but that's not happening. So fix it. That's it. Or else I'm going to take my business somewhere else. And so I want them to be able to come to us and talk to us about that. So that's just a thought today is on when you hire an attorney and kind of are vetting or interviewing attorneys. And if you're, in your personal injury consultation, set your expectation clearly on how communication should go, on how, to communicate with the attorney's office, what's the best way, but also for them to communicate with you so that you guys can have responsive, communications back and forth. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and we will talk to you all later.